Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 5, Chapter 19, Verse 8. Suro suro vapyathava naro naraha sarvatmanayah sukritagnyam uttamam bhajeta ramam manujakritim harim ya uttarananayat kosalandivam. Surah, demigod. Asurah, demon. Va api, or. Atha, therefore. Va, or. Anaraha, other than a human being. Bird, beast, animal, and so on. Naraha, a human being. Sarva Atmana, wholeheartedly. Yah, who. Sukritagnyam, easily made grateful. Uttamam, most highly elevated. Bhajeta, should worship. Ramam, Lord Ramachandra. Manuja Akritim, appearing as a human being. Harim, the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Yah, who. Uttaran, of northern India. Anayat, brought back. Kosalan, the inhabitants of Kosala Desha. Ayodhya, Divam, to the spiritual world. Vaikuntha, Iti, thus. Translation and purport by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. Therefore, whether one is a demigod or a demon, a man or a creature other than man, such as a bird, beast or bird, everyone should worship Lord Ramachandra, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, who appears on this earth just like a human being. There is no need of great austerities or penances to worship the Lord, for He accepts even a small service offered by His devotee. Thus He is satisfied, and as soon as He is satisfied, the devotee is successful. Indeed, Lord Sri Ramachandra brought all the devotees of Ayodhya back home, back to Godhead, Vaikuntha. Please repeat. Therefore, whether one is a demigod or a demon, a man or a creature other than man, such as a beast or bird, everyone should worship Lord Ramachandra, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, who appears on this earth just like a human being. There is no need of great austerities or penances to worship the Lord, for He accepts even a small service offered by His devotee. Thus He is satisfied, and as soon as He is satisfied, the devotee is successful. Indeed, Lord Sri Ramachandra brought all the devotees of Ayodhya back home, back to Godhead, Vaikuntha. Purport. Lord Sri Ramachandra is so kind and merciful to His devotees that He is very easily satisfied by a little service rendered by anyone, human or not. This is the special advantage of worshipping Lord Ramachandra, and there is the same advantage in worshipping Lord Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Lord Krishna and Lord Ramachandra, in the manner of Kshatriyas, sometimes showed their mercy by killing asuras, But Lord Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu awarded love of Godhead without difficulty even to the asuras. All the incarnations of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, but especially Lord Ramachandra, Lord Krishna, and later Lord Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, delivered many of the living entities present before them, indeed almost all of them. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is therefore represented in the six-armed form of Shadbhuja Murti, which is a combination of Lord Ramachandra, Lord Krishna, and Lord Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. The best purpose of human life can be fulfilled by worshipping the Shadbhuja Murti, the form of the Lord with six arms, two arms of Lord Ramachandra, two arms of Krishna, and two arms of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Om Ajnanatimirandhasya Jnananjanashalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Shri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamahyam Dadati Svapadantikam Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Yutapadakamalam Shri Gurun Vaishnavamscha Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Raghunathanvitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadhutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padan Sahagana Lalita Shri Vishakhanvitamscha He Krishna Karuna Sindho Dinabandho Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostute Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanu Sute Devi Pranamami Haripriye Vanchakalpatarubhyascha Kripa Sindhubhya eva cha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha Namo Om Vishnupadaya Krishna Presthaya Bhutale Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swamin Niti Namine Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Sunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarine Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shri Vasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. So it's a very nice verse. We can see how Sukritagnyam, very important word in this verse is Sukritagnyam. Kritagnyata means being grateful. And if we really look at the word properly, Kritagnya, Gnya means to know, Jnana. Krita means action. So if we do something and if they know, if they remember it, so then they will be grateful for it. So a grateful person remembers all the things, all the kind things that somebody has done for him. Kritagnya. And Sukritagnya, he easily knows, he easily remembers all the good things that we do. Good things means, we should know what is good. Devotional service to Krishna. Nothing else is good. But he also remembers all the bad things that we did, all the sinful activities we did. Kritagnya both ways. Sukriti, Dushkriti. That's why he says, Namam Dushkritino Mudha. What is that? Namam Dushkritino Mudha Prapadyante Naradhama Mayayapahritha Jnana Asuram Bhavamashritaha. Those miscreants who are grossly foolish, who are lowest among mankind, whose knowledge is stolen by illusion, and who partake of the atheistic nature of demons, do not surrender unto me. They are called Dushkritina. So Sukriti, there is of course three kinds of Sukriti also. What is that? Why is it not coming? Okay, so this is the one. Chaitanya Charitamrita Madhya Leela 22.45. Purport. So, here it is said, Kono bhagye karo samsar kshayoन्मुख hoy, sadhu sange tabe Krishna rati upajoy. By good fortune, one becomes eligible to cross the ocean of nescience, and when one's term of material existence decreases, one may get an opportunity to associate with pure devotees. By such association, one's attraction to Krishna is awakened. Now, Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur explains this point. Is this bhagya, fortune, the result of an accident or something else? What is that? Brahmanda Brahmite Kona Bhagyavan Jeev. So this bhagya is a result of accident or something else. In the scriptures, devotional service and pious activity are considered fortunate. Pious activities can be divided into three categories. Pious activities that awaken one's dormant Krishna consciousness are called bhakti, bhaktyunmukhi sukriti. Pious activities that bestow material opulence are called bhogonmukhi sukriti. And pious activities that enable the living entity to merge into the existence of the Supreme are called mokshonmukhi sukriti. So there are three types of sukriti, pious activities. Bhaktyunmukhi sukriti, bhogonmukhi sukriti, mokshonmukhi sukriti. These last two awards of pious activity are not actually fortunate. Pious activities are fortunate when they help one become Krishna conscious. This is called Amanda Udaya, not Manda Udaya. The good fortune of Bhaktyunmukhi is attainable only when one comes in contact with a devotee. By associating with a devotee willingly or unwillingly, one advances in devotional service and thus one's dormant Krishna consciousness is awakened. For example, a person has a tendency to donate for some charitable cause, and that tendency may be employed in giving some money to some orphanage somewhere, or some building of schools or hospitals. And that same charitable disposition, if he gives to a devotee, because some devotee also will go, and this person did not know, he did not know the real significance of devotional service or anything, but he has this charitable disposition, and that he gave it to devotee just like he would have given to anybody else. Now all those are sukriti. Some are bhogonmukhi sukriti, some are mokshonmukhi sukriti, but when he gives to devotee, it becomes bhaktonmukhi sukriti, bhaktyunmukhi sukriti, and that can be ajnata sukriti. Ajnata sukriti means pious activity without him knowing that he is committing a pious activity. So there is dushkriti, there is sukriti. When the Lord is said to be kritagnya, he knows everything. Vedaham samatitani vartamanani charjuna bhavishyani cha bhutani mam tu vedana kaschana. O Arjuna, as the Supreme Personality of Godhead, I know everything that has happened in the past. It means what has happened? Whatever we did and whatever the Lord did. Because who can do? Only living entities do. Dead matter cannot do anything. So whatever we did and whatever the Lord did, He knows. I know everything that has happened in the past, all that is happening in the present, and all things that are yet to come. I also know all living entities, but me no one knows. So this is Kritagnya. Also, of course, Kritagnya we always use for gratefulness, but if you see the underlying word, to remember what somebody has done. And of course, that is the primary thing to be grateful. In order to be grateful, I must know what somebody has done, right? Now, Sarvasya chaham hridi sannivishto mattah smritirjnanam apohanam cha. So, mattah smritirjnanam apohanam cha sarvasya chaham hridi sannivishto. Krishna is the one who is giving us knowledge, remembrance, and forgetfulness. According to what we want to remember and what we want to forget, Krishna facilitates that. what we consider as important in our life. What is going on? Haribol. So that is Pratagnya. But the Lord has one special quality. Kritagnya means among oceans of sinful activities we have done over spanning trillions of years and lifetimes, He remembers the devotional service we have done. And this is the special quality of the Lord. भृत्यस्य पश्यति गुरून् अपि नापराधान् सेवां मनागपि कृतां बहुधाभ्युपैति आविष्करोति पिशुनेष्वपि नाभ्यसूयाम् शीलेन निर्मलमतिः पुरुषोत्तमोऽयम्. It's a very beautiful verse. The Supreme Personality of Godhead, who is known as Purushottama, the greatest of all persons, has a pure mind. He is so gentle that even if his servant is implicated in a great offense, he does not take it very seriously. Indeed, if his servant renders some small service, the Lord accepts it as being very great. Even if an envious person blasphemes the Lord never manifests anger against him. Such are his great qualities. Sevam managapi kritam bahudhabhyupaiti. Even if we do managapi, even if we do little bit service, bahudhabhyupaiti, he considered it as being very great. In contrast, look at us. The Lord is doing everything for us. The air that we breathe, we cannot have it without the Lord supplying us. The brain that we have to even think cannot be had if the Lord does not supply us. Everything we see, our food, our water, we cannot sustain ourselves. And even for example, family. For example, when the child is born, until the child is born, there is no milk in the breast of the mother. And then once he's born, immediately there is milk. How the Lord arranges for the nourishment of the child. We don't even know what we're doing, where we are. Completely lost. But He's maintaining us. So after doing everything, when something doesn't go in our favor, according to what we think our favor is, we want some sense gratification, and when our sense gratification is disturbed, we immediately complain, oh, why you have done this to me, Krishna, or whoever they believe in. They immediately blame God first, or they even deny Him. Oh, He's not there. If God is there, why these things should happen? Never they question what I did and why I am getting this. You simply blame the Lord. This is the opposite of Kritagnya. Completely ungrateful. Whereas the Lord, you see, Sevam managapi kritam bahudhabhyupaiti. Here in this verse, it is said, Suro Suro, Sura Asura, Vanaro Naraha, Vanara and Naraha. Naraha and Anaraha. Actually, Vanara is actually Anaraha. Va Anaraha. Nara means man, human. Anaraha means not human. Yeah. So if we can see, bears participated. What is his name? Jambavan. Then there is the bird, Jatayu. Then of course there are monkeys. The entire. So many participated in his service, and everybody got liberated. In fact, there is this verse 11, 12, 3 to 6. Satsangena hi daiteya yatu dhana mrigaah khagaah gandharvapsaraso nagaah siddhascharana guhyakaah vidyadhara manusyeshu vaishyaah shudraah striyontyajah rajastamah prakritayastasmin yuge yuge bahavo matpadam praptas त्वाष्ट्रकायाद् कायाधवादयः वृषपर्वा बलिर्बाणो मयश्चाथ विभीषणः सुग्रीवो हनुमान् वृक्षो गजो गृध्रो वणिक्पथः व्याधः कुब्जा व्रजे गोप्यो यज्ञपत्न्यस्तथा परे. In every yuga, many living entities entangled in the modes of passion and ignorance gained the association of my devotees. Thus, such living entities as the Daityas, Rakshasas, birds, beasts, Gandharvas, Apsaras, Nagas, Siddhas, Charanas, Guhyakas, and Vidyadharas, as well as such lower class human beings as the Vaishyas, Shudras, women, and others, were able to achieve my supreme abode. Vritrasura, Prahlad Maharaj, and others like them also achieved my abode by association with my devotees, as did personalities such as Vrishaparva, Bali Maharaj, Banasura, Mayadanav, Vibhishana, Sugriva, Hanuman, Jambavan, Gajendra, who's an elephant, Jatayu, Tuladhara, Dharmavyadha. Actually, Dharmavyadha is a butcher, you know. Vyadha is a butcher. So he instructed on dharma. That's a whole about what is dharma. That's a whole episode. I forgot. I read it long ago. Full details I forgot. But he also got delivered. Kubja, the gopis in Vrindavan and the wives of the brahmanas who were performing sacrifice. So they may be considered lower birth, but all of them achieved. That's what Hanuman also said in the previous verse, 5:19:7. न जन्मनूनं महतो न सौभगं न वाङ् न बुद्धिर्न कृतिस्तोष हेतुः तैर्यद्विसृष्टान्नपि नो वनौकसश्च चकार सख्ये बत लक्ष्मणाग्रजः. One cannot establish a friendship with the Supreme Lord Ramachandra on the basis of material qualities such as one's birth in an aristocratic family, one's personal beauty, one's eloquence, one's sharp intelligence, or one's superior race or nation. None of these qualifications is actually a prerequisite for friendship with Lord Sri Ramachandra. Otherwise, how is it possible that although we uncivilized inhabitants of the forest have not taken noble births, although we have no physical beauty, and although we cannot speak like gentlemen, Lord Ramachandra has nevertheless accepted us as friends? How Hanuman is so humbly praying, teaching. See, so this is the thing. Even if uncivilized inhabitants of forest, like we have Mrigari, uncivilized hunter, but by the association of Narada became great devotee. There may be many other Brihaspati and big Brahmarshi, Devarshi, but even a Mrigari hunter, even Valmiki was like that, highway robber. He was a sinful man. He could not even say Rama properly. And he became the author of Ramayana. See, Mukam karoti vachalam. So, he couldn't say Rama. Then Narad Muni, by his cleverness, he said, say Mara. Mara, I can say. Mara. And that's how he became so qualified that he wrote Ramayana. So, the power of the spiritual master, that spiritual master, where one gets from? The Lord has to send. The Lord sends. That's why today we sang the song. Tava nija jan kono mahajane pathaya dile tumi. That's why my Vaishnava songs are important. Why were you? Bring down. Vaishnava song missing. What you heard? Here, sit down yourself cannot hear. There you are hearing. Come on. So it's all very important because these Vaishnava songs are not entertainment, movie songs. Serious is the philosophy. I will come that time. Class time. Song is for entertainment. They are packed with philosophy, full philosophy. Sambandha, Abhidheya, Prayojana, everything is there in one song. Um, all kind of rasas are there. The whole mellows of the holy name are there in these songs. These songs are expansions of the holy name because they convey the moods in which the holy name should be sung or chanted. Full philosophy is there. In fact, Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur asked his disciples to memorize 32 particular songs from Bhaktivinoda Thakur's Sharanagati and Gitavali books. 32 songs. He said these other songs, if you know very good, these 32 songs must be in memory. So that's what Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur told. Because in very simple language, the entire philosophy is presented in the songs. So coming back to this Kritagnya, I found some nice verses. Yeah, this 10 to 48, 26. See here. कः पंडितस्त्वदपरं शरणं समीयात् भक्तप्रियादृतगिरः सुहृदः कृतज्ञात् सर्वान् ददाति सुहृदो भजतोऽभिकामम् आत्मानमप्युपचयापचयो न यस्य. What learned person would approach anyone but you for shelter when you are the affectionate, grateful, and truthful well-wisher of your devotees? To those who worship you in sincere friendship, you reward everything they desire, even your own self, yet you never increase or diminish. So the Supreme Lord can be available in his entirety to every single devotee. Not that, like for us, we cannot do that. If we repose our affection on one person, that's why when one becomes attached to family, and he cannot have as much affection for others automatically, because time spent here is time not spent anywhere else automatically. So, but Krishna was different. When he was doing Ras Leela, he was with all gopis at one time. As Paramatma, he is with every single soul at the same time, and fully attentive to every single detail of every single soul's situation. There's the omnipotence and omniscience of the Lord, and that's why it is said, affectionate, grateful, and truthful well-wisher. You know, in the way we are wired, even if there are so many good things, we will focus on the bad thing. Oh, you did that time. You know, our mind goes like that. There will be fights between family members or husband wife. The wife will say, "Oh, that time you did this. You said like that," and they will remember very well. They say the red bindi is a record button. They will record the negative things very well. So, and then when the time is right, they will snap back with all the data. So we remember all the negative things, but you see the Lord, among all that's why it's called Hamsa. Even the devotees are like that. Paramahamsa. They take the best thing out. There may be ocean of faults, but they will take the good thing out. Why would a devotee like Prabhupada, he went to America to preach? He could have easily said, these guys, what, fully womanizing, what, illicit sex, gambling, meat eating, go to hell. He could have said that. How some people can become devotees, the Rajogun and Tamogun, go to hell. I will preach in Sattvagun, India. Indian, we must make India proud. He tried in India. Indians were useless. Went to West. He went to the West, and then there, how did he preach? If there are so many bad qualities they have, from day one he should be chastising them. Somebody come, hey, what is this? Beard, shave the beard first. What is this? They did not take shower smelling like anything. Go and take shower. He could have said all this. Why did you come drunk? Why did you come drugged out? Why are you coming half dressed, half naked? He could have said all these things, but he just tolerated. Whatever. Let them. Yena tena prakarena. Mana Krishna niveshayet. Completely ill behaved. But he took the one thing good that they were coming here. That one thing he took. Rules and regulations can be applied later on. येन तेन प्रकारेण मनः कृष्ण निवेशयेत् सर्वविधि निषेधास्युर एतयोरेव किंकराः. This is the principle. The principle is that first let them somehow or other get attracted to Krishna. Based on that higher taste, when they get a little bit hooked, addicted a little bit, then they cannot leave. At that time, introduce a little bit. As much as they cannot leave, proportionately you introduce more and more rules. Not to make it, again, so rigid that, again, the entire purpose is defeated. That's why niyamagraha is very important. Avoiding niyamagraha. Niyama agraha means not following the rules and regulations sufficiently, so that there are not enough guardrails for protecting our devotion. Then niyama agraha means so much rules and regulations, so rigid that the purpose is defeated. You know, when my father passed away, we went for the ceremony and all the rituals. Now, after the whole thing is finished, there is one, I think 12th day or something, there is one thing called Ashirvachanam. Ashirvachanam means same Ashirvada. Vada or Vachana is the same. So they, speak about, I actually did not know what was Ashirvachanam until I experienced that day. So everybody says something good about, something remembering the departed soul. Okay, so they said something. I could have said, but anyway, in the interest of time, for whatever reason, did not end up saying anything. But anyway, my point was, after that, we were touching the feet of all the guests who were coming. And they were telling that, no, you should not touch like this. You should touch like this. Right hand on right foot, left hand on left, like this. Not like this. You should have like, Arey, first you stop your tea and coffee. I did not say this, but I did. Okay, I'll do this. I did this. First you stop your tea and coffee. That niyama you don't want to follow. With this niyama you want to really follow, like strict to the book, to the. I don't know. I did not. In our Vaishnava culture, all our scriptures, there is no such injunction that you have to do like this. I don't know where they got it from. Okay, fine. I don't want to like. It's easily I can do this or whatever. Okay, if you want that, I will do that. But inside, I was like, what are you talking about? You take up your chanting. So this is called niyamagraha. Oh, you must do like this. Oh no, you cannot do like that. You must do like this. Why? Why you should do like this? Why you cannot do like this? You must do like that. You must do like that. This kind of stupid reasoning will never encourage anyone to become religious at all. When they a little bit question, then no, you should do like that. So many things like this. Smartas have unlimited rules, but no purpose. Purpose is forgotten long ago. No, you must have sacred thread. Why? You must have. We are Brahmins. Why? Why is it sacred? No, you must have. You cannot question it. It is so sacred that you cannot question. That's it. That is the answer. You have to live with that. Rascaldom. This is called Asura Varnashram. Demoniac Varnashram, where they don't know what they're doing. Simply birth-based. No quality, nothing. Upanayanam. They don't even know what the meaning is. They'll have Upanayana. Upanaya means to sit close to the Lord, close to the Guru. Upanaya means to come close to the Guru. Tattvavit dāsa pariprashnaya seva, approaching the spiritual master. And what is the meaning? What is the meaning of approaching? What is that? Tattvavit dāsa pariprashnaya and sevaya. That is called Upanayana. There has to be surrender to the Guru. First of all, it must be a proper Guru. the parampara. Then surrender, submissive inquiries, and service. That is called upana. You're taking sacred term means you're now getting admitted to this system. You are now getting admitted to the Gurukula. What is Gurukula? What is Gurukula? What is Gurukula? What is that? No. What is Gurukula? What is Gurukula? You want a cool guru. Gurukul. You want a cool guru. Huh? Residence of Guru? Okay, what is Kula? Kula means what? Dynasty, family. Guru Kula means now you are admitted into the Guru Santana, Parampara, the dynasty. And it may be seminal, not seminal. So Diksha, so there is, what is that? Shaukra Kula. There is the, what is that? Daiksha Janma and Shaukra Janma. Shukra means semen, by seminal sex. So that is also family of the Guru. And those who come from Diksha, they are also the family of the Guru. Now, Prabhupada explained very nicely, we are all called Saraswatas because we are followers of Saraswati Thakur, Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur. We are also called Rupanugas because we are all followers of the Rupa Goswami. So in this way, this is parampara. So this is Kula of the Guru. This is the family of the Guru. So as good as the family of the Guru. In fact, there is a real family. Like Prabhupada how many times said, I had family, I had children, but none of them have followed this path. But all of you are following. You are my real family. I have left my family of 5 children. Now I have 5,000 children. Prabhupada said. So that is Gurukula. Huh? No, same Gotra also. Of course, there is the seminal Gotra, which is there for how to say, avoiding incest and stuff like that, genetical problems. That aspect is there of Gotra, but the Guru Shishya Parampara Gotra, that is also there. So anyway, the point is this, that one has to be admitted and he has to come to the family of the Guru, and that is called Upanayana. But all these things are not understood, nothing sacred about that thread if you don't understand anything. And the whole system is, it's symbolic, only symbolism is going on, but nothing, no real content inside, just a show bottle. So anyway, grateful. Now, there is another, wait, let me, okay, so this is another one. Madhya 2295. Bhakta Vatsal Kritagnya Samartha Vadanya Heno Krishna Chhade Pandit Nahi Bhaja Anya. Lord Krishna is very kind to his devotees. He is always very grateful and magnanimous, and he possesses all abilities. A learned man does not give up Krishna to worship anyone else. So we should not worship even the Devatas. The Devatas, they are not Kritagnya. I mean, in the sense, they are, you know what? This verse. They are transactional. They are very transactional. Devatas. You do something, they will do back for you. Okay. You, just like a father, if the son goes and asks the father, Papa, give me one cigarette, he will get slapped. If he is a good Papa, if he is a good father. Bad father, he will give cigarette also. But we're talking about good father. Now, if he goes to a shop and asks the shopkeeper, give me cigarette, He will say, you give me 5 rupees, or I don't know how much it is now in India. So he will say, you give me this much, I'll give you cigarette. You give money, you'll give cigarette. For him, he got money, that's it. His transaction, he doesn't care about you. Whether you go to hell after that, you suffer your health problems, nothing. Whatever, you give me money. Transactional. So, devatas are like that. You see this. दास्यन्ते यज्ञ भाविता इष्टान भोगान ही वो देवा दास्यन्ते यज्ञ भाविता तैर्दत्तान अप्रदायैभ्यो यो भुंक्ते स्तेन एव स. I think the previous was okay. So this one. In charge of the various necessities of life, the demigods, being satisfied by the performance of yajna, will supply all necessities to you. See, this is how it works. Dasyante yajna bhavita. That's it. But he who enjoys such gifts without offering them to the demigods in return is certainly a thief. But anyway, the point is they are not. This is also explained in this verse 11:6. Bhajanti ye yatha devan deva apit tathaivataan chhayeva karma sachivah sadhavo dena vatsalah. Chhayeva karma sachivah. Like shadow. If you go, your shadow also will go with you. It's not that your shadow is your disciple. Oh, wanting to carefully follow wherever you are going, follow in your footsteps. No. Shadow does not have any brain. So, they are like that. Demigods. Those who worship the demigods receive reciprocation from the demigods in a way just corresponding to the offering. The demigods are attendants of karma, like a person's shadow. But sadhus are actually merciful to the fallen. Who is sadhu? Not that Sadguru. That is Asadguru. Asad Labhu. Sadhu means devotee. Nobody else is sadhu. So they are actually merciful to the fallen. Because why Prabhupada went there, America, all sinful. We are all sinful. We are all sinful. Not America, Indians also sinful. Did all kinds of nonsense we are doing. So he went there, all sinful. You can always say that, let them suffer karma. No, Dina Vatsala. Want to change them. He went and changed them. So karma can only be stopped by the intervention of the pure devotee. That's why among the 5 topics of Bhagavad Gita, karma is non-eternal. Right? Ishvara, Jiva, Prakriti, Kala, Karma. Among those, the 4 are eternal, but karma is not eternal. And the only reason it is not eternal is because we can surrender to Krishna and finish our karma. But we cannot surrender to Krishna without the pure devotee, without surrendering to the pure devotee. Yasya prasadat bhagavat prasad. So here it is said in today's verse that if you please Ramachandra, then life is successful. But we cannot please Ramachandra without going through the Guru. We can see Ramachandra engaged so many, even subhuman, in his service, subhumans. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu made a Jharkhand forest. He made everybody dance, even animals. And of course, humans also, everywhere. But in that forest, especially animals also. Supreme Lord, he can deliver anyone, everyone. But Kritagnya, even sometimes there is nothing Krita we have done. He still sends a pure devotee and somehow makes us do some Krita. So Ajnata Sukriti. Yeah. Even when devotees, when they go, suppose, see, the Lord is so Kritagnya. So that's why it's called Sukritagnya. Very easily grateful. That's why it is said there is no need of big tapasya. Simple things if you do, he is satisfied. So he is so Kritagnya, grateful that even if there is nothing we have done, he will send the devotee, and when the person serves the devotee, he has done something. But actually he would not have done anything if the devotee was not sent by Krishna. But Krishna sends the devotee. He donated $2 to the devotee. He has done something, he has started. or he has donated some vegetables, some fruit, some whatever, or he has taken a book. That book, how the thing got the book, how the book got into his hand. A big production, how much effort is there to get one book in the hand of a person. We are going out selling books, but actually, how can we sell books if the books are not there? Somebody has to take care of all the printing, the paper selection, the printing and stock, inventory and shipping, all these things. So much work goes in order for one book to land in a person's hand. So, all that effort. And when he takes the book, oh, Krishna says, oh, he has taken my book. He has done something. Then he starts to notice whatever we have done. That's why in the Bhagavad Gita, Krishna says, Nehabhikramanasosti pratyavayo navidyate swalpamapyasya dharmasya trayate mahato bhayat. How? Even if we do swalpam, alpam means less. Swalpam means su-alpam, very, very less. Hardly anything. Swalpamapyasya dharmasya trayate. How? Because sevam managapi kritam bahudha bhupaiti. Little bit we do also, he takes it as something very great. Abhikrama nashosti. Neha. Na iha abhikrama nasha asti. There is no loss. Or pratyavaya also, diminution. That much he is kritagnya. In this endeavor, there is no loss or diminution, and a little advancement on this path can protect one from the most dangerous type of fear. Because the Lord is saving that. When we sometimes do, nowadays, of course, there's Google Docs. Those who are still working with Excel and Word doc, what is that? Microsoft document. And they're typing and typing, forgot to click save. Now what is saying? Oh, finally. But even many softwares even now are there, like even video editing softwares. You have to press save. If you did not press save, forget it. So the Lord auto saves every bhakti act that we do. Auto save. And he saves us also. So here it is. That's why he said. And 6th chapter also, Krishna, actually Arjuna asked this question, right? What did he ask? 635, I think. No, 637 onwards. Arjuna uvacha. Ayatihi shraddhayopeto yogat chalitamaanasaha aprapya yoga samsiddhim kam gatim Krishna gacchati. Yogat chalitamaanasa. Arjuna said, O Krishna, what is the destination of the unsuccessful transcendentalist who in the beginning takes to the process of self-realization with faith, but who later desists due to worldly mindedness and thus does not attain perfection in mysticism? What happens? If one took it up full throttle, after some time gave it up. Krishna is so kind. We get frustrated, But Krishna, you see, of course, he also is dissatisfied. But, his tolerance, his patience is, he has been waiting for us for trillions of lifetimes. Then Arjuna continues his questions. Kachinno bhaya vibhrashtas chinna brahmi vanashyati apritishto mahabaho vimudho brahmana pathi. Chinna brahm. Okay, so, O mighty arm Krishna, does not such a man who is bewildered from the path of transcendence fall away from both spiritual and material success and perish like a riven cloud with no position in any sphere? Etanme samshayam Krishna chetumarha asheshatah tvadanyah samshayasya chetanahe upapadyate. This is my doubt. Only you can destroy this doubt. So now Krishna answers, Shri Bhagavan uvacha partha naiveha namutra vinashastasya vidyate nahi kalyanakrit kaschit durgatim tatha gacchati. So whatever auspicious, kalyanakrit, this is called sukrita, kritagnya, kalyanakrit, kaschit, nahi kalyanakrit kaschit durgatim tatha gacchati. See, what is one who is engaged in auspicious activities? What is auspicious? Devotional service, kalyanakrit. The Supreme Personality of Godhead said, Son of Pritha, transcendentalist engaged in auspicious activities does not meet with destruction either in this world or in the spiritual world, or it is sometimes said next world, next life. One who does good, my friend, is never overcome by evil. When you say does not meet with destruction either in this world, means, oh, if I do devotional service, I will not die. No, I will die. Then what is this? Does not meet with destruction. That means his devotional service is saved. Whatever he has done, that merit, that is saved, auto-saved by Krishna. Yes, we will come to that. Actually, in the purport is mentioned. No? Yeah, see? Tattvavit dāsa Sharanambujam Harer. This is from Srimad Bhagavatam. त्यक्त्वा स्वधर्मं शरणाम्बुजं हरेर्भजन्न पक्वोऽथ पतेत् ततो यदि यत्र क्व वा भद्रमभूदमुष्य किं को वार्थ आप्तो भजतां स्वधर्मतः. If someone gives up all material prospects and takes complete shelter of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, there is no loss or degradation in any way. On the other hand, a non-devotee may fully engage in his occupational duties and yet not gain anything. Now, next verse. Of course, these continuation of verses are there. Then what happens? Again, prapya punya kritam. Again, the word krita. Kritagnya. We have forgotten what we have punya kritam we have done in the previous life. Prapya punya kritam lokan ushitva shashvati samaha suchinam srimatam gehe yoga bhrashto bhijayate. That karmana daivanetrena jantur dehopapattaye striya pravishtodaram pumsureta ganashraya. So, what is that? Karmana daivanetrena. What is that daivanetrena? By the supervision of the Supreme Lord. What does the supervision means? That means he saw what we did, he remembers what we did, and he is giving us the result of what we did, whether it is good or bad, both. And it is not that, oh, you see, he is not only remembering good things, he is also remembering the sin I have done. Yes, because he has to remember the sin we have done so that we can be corrected. Our tendency, although we have forgotten what sin we have done, the specifics of it, the tendency we have not forgotten. That is still coming with us in the next life as well. So, he has to teach us the lesson that we come out of that. The atonement must be there. That is also love. Kritagnya both ways. He is grateful for whatever we have done, although he does not need that. Still he is grateful. You are usually grateful because we needed something, somebody gave us something and we are grateful. Thank you. He does not need anything from us. Still he is grateful. For what? Out of his own causeless mercy. That's all. Because he is, what is that? Nijalabha Purna. Right? Know that was 7, 9, 11. नैवात्मनः प्रभुरयं निजलाभपूर्णो मानं जनादविदुषः करुणो वृणीते यद्यज्जनो भगवते विदधीतमानं तच्चात्मने प्रतिमुखस्य यथा मुखश्रीः. The Supreme Lord, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, is always fully satisfied in himself. Therefore, when something is offered to him, the offering by the Lord's mercy is for the benefit of the devotee, for the Lord does not need service from anyone. To give an example, if one's face is decorated, the reflection of one's face in a mirror is also seen to be decorated. So he does not need anything. He is Nijalabha Purna. He does not need any labha from us. But he still is grateful. That is his mercy that is grateful. Actually, there is one more verse about Kritagnya. This is one. This is one. What happened to the other one? Oh, this is song. There is another one in the fourth canto. Kritanyat. We have already read this. What is this? 1048. Can you have Pocket Vedas? Do you have Pocket Vedas app? Search for Krita and Gnya, separate words. Yours is a iPhone, is it? Do you have Pocket Vedas? Search for the word Krita and Gnya. That's the one I'm looking for. Kritagnyah. Okay. श्रियमनुचरतीं तदर्थिनश्च द्विपदपतीन् विबुधांश्च यत्स्वपूर्णः न भजति निजभृत्यवर्गतन्त्रः कथममुम् उद्विसृजेत् पुमान् कृतज्ञः. Although the Supreme Personality of Godhead is self-sufficient, he becomes dependent on his devotees. He does not care for the goddess of fortune nor for the kings and demigods who are after the favors of the goddess of fortune. Where is that person who is actually grateful and will not worship the personality of Godhead? Now, this is an important thing. That's it. This is what I wanted to know. So, who is that person who is actually grateful and will not worship the personality of Godhead? Now, from the Lord's side, he is very kritagnya. He is very grateful. Although he does not need anything, but still is grateful. Our side, we are not grateful towards the Lord. And this is why we have to become kritagnya. We have to have kritagnyata towards the Lord. How we will become grateful to the Lord? The answer is in that word itself, kritagnya. What he has done, we have to remember. And this is why we have to read about his pastimes. We have to janma karma chame divyam evam yovetti tattvataha. Because if we know in detail his activities, then we can remember why Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, what is that? In Chaitanya Bhagavat it is mentioned that he used to read Prahlad Maharaj and Dhruv Maharaj Charita hundreds of times. Hundreds of times. Why? He's teaching us how we have to be kritagnya. We have to be, how we will feel grateful to Prabhupada. If we know what he has done, that's why this Vyasa Puja we try to remember. And not just Vyasa Puja, we should always remember. Vedagaya Jahar Charita. The whole Vedas are glorifying the activities of the pure devotees. The activities of Prabhupada are non-different from the activities of Narad Muni. Right? So Vedagaya Jahar Charita. So we have to, that's why remember, Anusmarana. Shravanam, Kirtanam, Vishnu Smaranam. So unless we come to this Smaranam, which happens first with Shravanam, we have to hear. Now we should know, now we know, you see, if we have to be, you see, that's why it is said, where is that person who is actually grateful and will not worship the Supreme? That means if we are not worshipping the Supreme Personality of Godhead, we are not grateful. That means we are not remembering what he has done. What he has done, what he has said. Our meditation on the Lord is not there. And that's why we are not grateful. And that's why we are not surrendering. This opens up a lot of, that one word, Sukritagnyam, opens up everything. That's actually the basis for lasting relationship with the Lord. The Lord is always remembering whatever we are doing, although we are ourselves forgetting what the Lord is doing and what we are doing also. The Lord keeps track. But we don't keep track of what the Lord has done for us, what all the Lord has done for us. The Lord has given Bhagavad Gita. I don't even have the interest to read. What is that? Forget about Kritagnya. I don't even have the Ruchi, Katha Ruchi, Vasudeva Katha Ruchi. I'm not interested to read forget about remembering what he has said in that Bhagavad Gita. Forget about remembering what he did, what his pastimes are in the Bhagavatam, what the devotees' pastimes are, what the devotees' sayings are. Forget about remembering them. Remember, you can only remember when you have at least once contacted them. No? But if I am not even interested to read once, how we will become grateful, how we will worship the Lord, how we will go and become purified. So our chanting then, this is why Shravanam is important for chanting. Hearing Krishna Katha is important for chanting. Because when we are chanting, we have to have kritagnyata, grateful to the Lord. We have to be, please engage me in your service. And you have done everything for me. Now let me be of service to you. So we'll be attentive, we'll be more respectful. Adar, kintvādarād anudinam khalu saiva chushta swadvi kramad bhavati tad gadamulahantri. What is that? Syat Krishna nama charitādisitapya vidya pittopataptarasanasya narochikanu kintvādarād anudinam khalu saiva jushta swadvi kramad bhavati tad gadamulahantri. Kintu आदराद अनुदिनम खलु सैव जुष्टा. What is that? The holy name, character, pastimes, and activities of Krishna are all transcendently sweet like sugar candy. Although the tongue of one afflicted by the jaundice of avidya, ignorance, cannot taste anything sweet. Like if I have jaundice, you put sugar candy in my mouth, I will taste it bitter. There's no problem with the sugar candy, it's problem with my tongue. So, he cannot taste anything sweet. So when we are in the ignorance of avidya, jaundice of avidya, we cannot taste Krishna's name, topics, everything as sweet. It is wonderful that simply by carefully chanting these sweet names every day, a natural relish within his tongue awakens within his tongue and his disease is gradually destroyed at the root. But carefully chanting, kintu adarad, English it is translated as carefully. But when we will be careful? When we have respect, then we will be careful. So whenever, suppose we are dealing with somebody, a respectable person, we will be careful in how we deal. So the holy name, we will be careful in our chanting, careful in our devotional service, because we are dealing with Krishna. And that's why Prabhupada always said it is not enough to know that God is great. We should know how great God is. How great God is. And how great means not only how great universe he has created, how great this arrangement, that arrangement, but also how merciful he is. Behind all of that, all that grand arrangement is his mercy. It's all done to give us a chance to rectify ourselves. That's the reason behind everything that he has done. In fact, that is explained 12:17 now. Srishtadehe. Hetur. What is this? Hetur. Sargader. Hetur जीवोस्य sargader. Avidya karma karaka. Yam chanushayinam. Prahur avyakritam utapare. Out of ignorance, the living being performs material activities and thereby becomes, in one sense, the cause of the creation, maintenance, and destruction of the universe. That's the point I wanted to make. Some authorities call the living being the personality underlying the material creation, while others say he is the unmanifest self. Now you see, Hetur Jivosya Sargade. The cause of the universe, Sarga Ade means, Sarga means creation, maintenance, and destruction. Adi means, yeah. So, because of avidya karma karaka, this hetur jiva, hetur means the cause. The jiva is the cause for the entire creation. That does not mean that we created. But for us, it was created by the Lord, only to rectify us. So, behind all the grand arrangement of the Lord is his feeling that, please come back, giving us a chance. So that is, so we must know how great God is, how much effort He is putting in, how much He actually loves us. That is called Kritagnya. So if we are Kritagnya, then we cannot avoid worshipping the Lord. If we are not serious in Krishna consciousness, that means we have not become Kritagnya of the Lord. That's the only thing. Because once we know how much Krishna actually loves us, how can we then deny? How can we then go away from Him? So, then we want to dedicate our life. Then we want to share this with others. Oh, that's why, that so, Haridas Thakur. Is that 352? Antya? Yeah. हरिदास कहे प्रभु चिंता न करी हो जवनेर संसार देखी दुख न भावे हो. Haridas Thakur replied, because Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is saying, how? You see, Hetur Jivo se Sargader, right? The entire creation, entire grand arrangement was done for our reformation. But you see Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, how he is lamenting. Iha sabar kon mate hoy benistar. Tahar hetu na dekhiye e dukh apar. Unlimited. How will these yavanas be delivered? To my great unhappiness, I do not see any way. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is feeling hopeless by saying the condition of the conditioned souls. Then what happened? Haridas Thakur says, Haridas ko hai, Prabhu, चिंता न करे हो जवनेर संसार देखी दुख न भावे हो. He is consoling the Lord. Haridas Thakur replied, my dear Lord, do not be in anxiety, do not be unhappy to see the condition of the yavanas in material existence. So you see, purport is very beautiful. These words of Haridas Thakur are just befitting a devotee who has dedicated his life and soul to the service of the Lord. When the Lord is unhappy because of the condition of the fallen souls, the devotee consoles him, saying, my dear Lord, do not be in anxiety. This is service. Everyone should adopt the cause of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu to try to relieve him from the anxiety he feels. We want the Lord to relieve the anxiety we feel, but a devotee tries to relieve the anxiety that the Lord feels. This is actually service to the Lord. One who tries to relieve Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's anxiety for the fallen souls is certainly a most dear and confidential devotee of the Lord. So, when somebody comes to the temple, we should immediately think of selling him a book. And even when we see outside, we should always think of how to sell the book. Because we should know always that Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is anxious. I should relieve his anxiety. His anxiety will be a little bit relieved if one person takes. So a devotee should always be conscious of the Lord's anxiety. That is real devotee. Because he's grateful. And if that person takes one book, the Lord is eternally grateful to that person. How he said in the Mahabharata, I think the nectar of devotion that is there. You see, this is the verse. The Mahabharata states, ऋणमेतत् प्रवृद्धं मे हृदयान् नासर्पति यत् गोविंदेति चुक्रोश कृष्णामां दूरवासिनम्. Draupadi has called out my name, Hey Govinda, in distress, with great feelings of separation from me who was far away. For this reason, I am completely indebted to her. And this debt has multiplied to such an extent that I am unable to forget it even today. Kritagnya, Sukritagnya. I am unable to forget it even today. You see the Sevam Managa Pikritam Bahudabhyupaiti. She once called Hey Govinda with full surrender. And he is saying, he's not only saying, I remember I have not forgotten that. No. He is saying that debt, I am feeling indebted for that call, and that debt is multiplying. He is not saying even increasing, multiplying to such an extent that I am unable to forget it even today. How much Sukritagnya he is. How much Sukritagnya. So, this is very nice. Similarly, Ramachandra said, what did he say? Sakradeva prapanno yes. You know that verse? Huh? Tavasmiti chayachate. Abhayam sarvada tasmai dadamyetad vratam mama. This is the Lord Ramachandra said in the Ramayana. If a person once surrenders unto me sincerely, saying, my Lord, from this day I am fully surrendered unto you, I always give him protection. That is my vow. Ramayana Yuddha Kanda. So, Sakrid means once only. Sakradeva. If we do, he remembers. Multiplies. Ranam. You see, the word is Ranam. Krishna is saying the word, using the word Ranam. He is feeling indebted. Not just Kritagnya, he is feeling indebted. Rana. How can you feel? So that's why last one we will show this. What is this? Oh, the other way around. 10:32:22. You see how he feels indebted. न पारयेऽहं निरवद्य संयुजां स्वसाधु कृत्यं विबुधायुषापि वः यामा भजन् दुर्जरगेह शृङ्खलाः संवृश्य तद्वः प्रतियातु साधुना. He said to the gopis, I am not able to repay my debt for your spotless service, even within a lifetime of Brahma. Your connection with me is beyond reproach. You have worshipped me, cutting off all domestic ties which are difficult to break. Therefore, please let your own glorious deeds be your compensation. So he said, I cannot even repay. You be happy with your seva, because I am unable to repay. And this is why sometimes Radharani is considered greater than Krishna, because bhakti, aradhana, Radha is actually aradhana personified. That's why her name is Radha. So she is devotion personified. So the devotion is so great that the Lord is unable to repay. So that's why Radharani is greater than Krishna. And devotional service, Krishna Karshini Chasa. Bhakti is Krishna Karshini. Krishna means he is already an Akarsha. He is an Akarshan, he is attraction for everyone. That's why Akarshana and the word Krishna, it's the same root word. Krishna means all attractive. But Krishna Akarshini is Bhakti. Madan is Cupid, lust, sex desire. Madan Mohan means the attractor of Cupid. Radharani is Madan Mohan Mohini. She is the attractor of Cupid. So, Krishna Karshini. So, Krishna himself unable to repay. So, that much he is Kritagnya. So, the easiest way to, that's why Bhaktyamam Abhijanati. Bhaktyamam Ekaya Grahya. Bhaktyaham Ekaya Grahya. Only by bhakti you can capture me. 11:14:21. Other nasadhayati mam yogo. Nasadhayati mam yogo nasankham dharma uddhava naswadhyayastapastyago yatha bhaktirmamorjita. My dear Uddhava, the unalloyed devotional service rendered to me by my devotees brings me under their control. I cannot be thus controlled by those engaged in mystic yoga, Sankhya philosophy, pious work, Vedic study, austerity and renunciation. All these big things. If there is no devotion involved in that, they won't attract Krishna. But we should do all this with devotion to Krishna. And that is learned from the association of devotees by surrendering to a pure devotee. So, in this way, we can satisfy Krishna. So any questions or comments on this topic? So Parshuram Prabhu is saying in the comments, we do not hear our own chanting, but we want the Lord to hear that. We want the Lord to hear our chanting. Yeah, you see, Vrajeshwari Mataji quoted this Ishopanishad 17 and 18. Very nice verses. So here, the Lord is asking, the devotee is asking, Vayuranilam amritam athedam bhasmantam shariram om kratosmara kritam smara kratosmara kritam smara kritam smara kratosmara. You see, the devotee is praying, let this temporary body be burned to ashes and let the air of life be merged with the totality of air. That means, let the ingredients of my body mix with the totality of ingredients. Now, oh my Lord, please remember all my sacrifices because you are all the, and because you are the ultimate beneficiary, please remember all that I have done for you. But actually, without us even asking, he will remember. But the devotee feels that he has not done anything. So therefore he says, please remember. And save me. So that next verse, Supatha Raya Asman Agnenaya Supatha Asman Vishwani Deva Vayunani Vidvan Yuyodhyasmad Juhurana Meno Bhuyishtham Te Nama Uktim Vidhema Nama Uktim. O my Lord, as powerful as fire, O omnipotent one, now I offer you all obeisances falling on the ground at your feet. O my Lord, please lead me on the right path to reach you. And since you know all that I have done in the past, please free me from the reactions to my past sins so that there will be no hindrance to my progress. But you see that Haridas Thakur's, so these are all good, but Haridas Thakur's is even more nectarian. Here the prayer is, please lead me on the right path. Haridas Thakur is saying, oh Lord, please don't worry. Here he is saying, please remember. That's out of my own anxiety, my own fear of falling into this material world. Haridas Thakur, he is not only not fearful, but he is calming even the Lord down. Totally different level. So, okay, I'll stop it here. Any other questions or comments? ग्रंथराज श्रीमद् भागवतम की जय, श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय, निताय गौर प्रेमानंदे, हरि हरि बोल.